Hello everyone, welcome to TechZim's latest weekly news roundup. I'm your host Nigel Gambanga. Standard Chartered Bank Zimbabwe, one of the country's retail financial institutions, announced earlier this week that it would be terminating the use of its Visa cards outside the country. According to Standard Chartered Bank, this is a way of managing its limited financial resources in terms of foreign currency. Now, currently Zimbabwe is experiencing a cash crisis and a shortage of foreign currency, and most financial institutions that are engaged in payments outside the country have had to institute measures such as the one taken by Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered is not the first financial service provider to make such a move. EcoCash Zimbabwe, another provider of financial services which has the mobile money service EcoCash, also made a similar adjustment when it limited the transactional balance on its MasterCard from as much as $5,000 to a limit of $500 a month. It's expected that other service providers in the retail financial space are going to make similar moves as they try to adjust to the limited foreign currency reserves that are circulating throughout the country. By now, everyone's heard of Kwese TV, the DSTV/Netflix alternative owned by Econet Media, which is a subsidiary of Econet Global, which is related to Econet Zimbabwe. That's a mouthful. But anyway, the latest news is that Kwese TV has struck an exclusive partnership with Revolt TV. Revolt TV is a digital broadcasting platform that's resident in the United States. Most people won't know it because this is the first deal for Revolt TV outside the United States, but everyone knows the guy behind Revolt TV. Revolt TV was started by none other than Sean P Diddy Combs. Most people know him as Diddy, most people know him as Puff Daddy, but this is the guy who signed an exclusive deal with Kwese TV. Kwese TV has already launched in some African countries. There are other countries that are also lined up to have the Kwese TV service by the end of the year. They are targeting at least 17 countries in 2017. Zimbabwe is slated as one of the other countries where Kwese TV expects to launch. But for now, if you want to catch some of the content from Revolt TV, which includes interviews with guest artists, the latest news and information on music, the latest in lifestyle entertainment, specific to urban culture and hip-hop and music, you can go to the Kwese TV app that's available for iOS and Android. One of the major highlights of the week was a parliamentary evidentiary hearing attended by the Minister of ICT, Supamandi Wanzira. At the hearing, the minister made a lot of claims regarding the way WhatsApp and over-the-top services have affected Zimbabwean telecoms. According to the Minister of ICT, Zimbabwe collectively lost 26 million from services like WhatsApp, Skype, Viber, and over-the-top services that people are using to make less calls. The minister's explanation stated that since people are making less calls and they are using less voice minutes, they are using alternatives to communicate, which has meant a reduction in the revenue that is being generated through voice communication and has affected the money that could have been generated by the state, the money that could have been collected by the telecoms regulator Potras, and more importantly, the money that could have been made by the mobile network operators. We have guys like Econet, Telecel, and Net1 complaining of a decline in voice revenues. So the minister was attributing that decline to services like the WhatsApp and Facebook. Another bit of information that was shared by the minister in Parliament is that government is going to set a minimum and a maximum price on mobile data prices. Now, this is good news for people who've been advocating for hashtag data must fall. A ceiling price ensures that people aren't going to be subjected to very high prices, while the floor price, which is one of the controversial aspects of data pricing that started the whole hashtag data must fall ZW movement, is still going to be in place, which is meant to protect the mobile network operators that are providing these services. No specific date was provided for the introduction of a floor and ceiling price, but we do know that Potras, the mobile networks, and the Ministry of ICT are going to be engaged in extensive talks to figure out the best price to set for mobile data prices in Zimbabwe over the next few months. We'll keep you posted on any adjustments that are going to be made, or better yet, you'll find out when data is going to be adjusted, or the price of data is going to be adjusted when you try to buy that data bundle. One of the highlights of the first quarter of every year is the Mobile World Congress. This is the world's biggest exhibition and conference for mobile telecoms and the mobile industry in general. It's got everyone in telecoms, from the big brands to the small guys, the up-and-comers trying to establish themselves, making an appearance or making an exhibition and showing what they have to the rest of the world. Now, one of the interesting bits of information that have been shared about MWC 2017 is that Strive Masiwa, the Zimbabwean-born entrepreneur and founder of the Econet Group, is going to be one of the keynote speakers. Mr. Masiwa is set to make a presentation on achieving sustainable development goals through mobile. He's joined by 37 other leaders in telecoms in the mobile industry that include guys from Netflix, Nokia, Orange Telecom, and even Kaspersky. You can check out all the information on Mobile World Congress by just Googling it or following the link that was shared in the article that we published on this. That's all we have lined up for this week. For more news and information, you can follow us on techzim.co.zw or check out our feed on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. That's all we have for today. Cheers.